So, are both of you able to come up with a solution for your differences today?
I hope so.
Think so? Okay.
Hoping to.
So, based off the information you have given me, I can see that there is some common ground in regards on the employee not getting that harsh of a punishment for his actions. You both agree that the outcome of his situation was handled pretty well. However, I do still see some conflict in regards to the respect and sense of hierarchy in the workplace. Uh, Ryan, the main concern actually has is your lack of respect and towards her expertise on the matter. Um, and actually, Ryan feels that in his in like his experience with the employee, he was the man on scene. He was the guy who was able to really make the judgment call on was he really actually getting out of hand or was he just like upset about something. So you both agreed that it was handled correctly. Um, so that I'm going to be setting the agenda. Have both of you stated everything you wanted to say about this dilemma?
I think I got it all out.
I think so. For now.
All right. On regards on the employee not getting that harsh of a punishment, for the agenda, I would like to talk about how we can get past this dilemma you are having today by recognizing certain factors leading up to this point. So basically, the factors are you're in the workplace, you're 3 years on, you feel that you're doing a good job in the workplace. However, you are afraid that you may lose your job because out of fear that because of how well Ashley's respected in the workplace, that with her accusations towards you or her say against you, it could jeopardize your spot, your position at the workplace.
Correct.
And you feel that employees have not just Ryan, but like all the trainees have not been taking you seriously in the workplace. So, in some regard, could you maybe could it be that when Ryan did do what he did with the employee by giving him a less harsh of a punishment, that you guys can maybe come to like a common ground standpoint on that?
I think we can, at least I can find a way through it.
I think so too.
Okay.
As long as they learn to respect me as their superior.
All right. I'm now going to ask each of you to write on a sheet of paper some brainstorming ideas that can help with the solution. So now at this point, so write down some brainstorming
For a possible solution.
for a possible solution.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, great. Now at this point, I would like to talk to each of you guys separately to get some ideas on a possible solution. So if I could start with Ashley. And I'll just leave. Okay, Ashley, is there Any anything you came up with that could be something that you guys could possibly work with?
Well, I would really appreciate an apology, not just from Ryan, but I think from all of the new trainees that I've trained. I would really like an apology and for them all to respect me. I think that's the biggest thing. It's just the principle of the thing that Ryan didn't ask my opinion or permission before he disciplined the juvenile, where I think I do have something valuable to offer, and I think that he needs to recognize that. I'd also say that maybe we should need to get to know each other's discipline philosophies, because I think we both come from it with a different lens. Whereas I think the harder and stricter you are on people, the better that they'll turn out. And maybe Ryan has a different philosophy, so that's another solution I was thinking of. Maybe we just need to try to see each other's common ground.
Is that it?
For now.
For now, okay. I'd like to have Ryan come back in if I could ask you to step out. All right, Ryan. Anything you came up with to help with the solution?
Yes. Sorry. One of the solutions that I thought was possibly maybe both the trainer and myself apologize. Sorry. All right. Maybe we both apologize to one another. I know there's some things that I could possibly have done better. I could have possibly handled the situation a little bit more strictly, but at the same time, I do feel that my judgment call maybe wasn't off in terms of what should have been done. It might have just been different than what she would have done. Another solution, or something that I'd be kind of willing to negotiate, is possibly looking to change some of the methods that we use to handle the situations like that from here on out. Maybe just use this situation as kind of a, I guess you could say, a learning experience. Because I imagine, I've already had one incident like this in 3 months, so I imagine there's other children that are probably in a, I guess you could say, similar boat or going through the same situation where they might lash out, but possibly it's not directed at the workers, more so just directed at something else that kind of bubbled over. So maybe changing some of the protocols that we follow. And I think between that and maybe her apologizing to me for not doing exactly what she wanted, I think that'd be a good start, I guess you could say.
Do you think it would be possible for her to get an apology out of you by any chance?
Yeah, I could apologize to her. She is well respected. People don't often tell her that, but she is very, very well respected, and I guess she should probably be shown that she is appreciated. I also should have, in a situation like that with something fairly serious, I guess I should have called her first to see kind of what she would have done in that situation, because she's the one with the experience in that, not myself. So I could apologize to her, but only if she apologizes back and realizes that that there are new ways to do stuff that she's been doing for a long time.
Is that it?
Yep.
Cool. That being said, actually, come back in. So, we want to work towards an agreement so that you guys can come out of this both feeling like you gained something from it, So basically, from what you have told me, really the best possible scenario is maybe communicating more in the workplace while you're there. I would say have show a little bit more professional respect towards uh, your supervisors. However, as the mediator, I feel that you guys can possibly work through this. There are a lot of common ground, and you guys are both professionals. Just seem to have, you guys seem to have had different like outcomes, almost like different certain situations happen. For instance, the trainees are not listening to you, and you were the only one that had to experience that employee what he did. So, with that being said, I think that uh, do you think Ryan, you would be able to apologize for Ashley for um, not taking her expertise as seriously as you may have wanted to?
Yeah, I'll start out with an apology to you in terms of I should have kind of called you when that situation went down. You've been doing this a lot longer than I have, so I could have used that experience, and I'll also apologize for any lack of respect that I might have shown up until this point. Um, I didn't mean for any of it to come off that way, but I'm trying to figure everything out with this job as well. Just kind of work my way into things, so I'm sorry for that.
I guess I will reciprocate the apology. I definitely don't mean to be a micromanager, and I think I could do a better job of seeing other people's perspectives and not just listening to my own. So I apologize for not doing that and not trusting you, even though you have only worked here for 3 months. I know you have previous experience, so I should have taken that into consideration. So I'm sorry.
Appreciate it.
So while you guys are in the workplace, do you guys think you could come to an agreement with um, maybe a different way of approaching each other? Maybe a little change in attitude, like towards her expertise, and maybe you could be a little less demanding towards certain employees, trainees.
Yeah, I think so. And in addition to having a better attitude, I think that if I have an issue, I'll go to you first rather than trying to make it seem like a bigger deal than it actually was. Because I think that if I would have sat down and heard your perspective, that I would have actually realized that counseling was a good idea for this president. So I think that's something I can do in the future.
And I think in the future, like I said, I'll kind of go through you first to see what you think the best course of action is. And maybe something we can do in the future as well is try to incorporate some of the newer techniques and things that I've learned throughout school and things like that, along with some of the routines that you do with your experience on a daily basis, and try to incorporate the two and maybe communicate a little bit better to fix some issues like this so that they don't happen again.
Yeah, I really like that idea.
Okay. Well, with that being said, I'm glad that you guys were both able to come up with a solution for yourselves today. You both should be happy for seeking out help. Again, this is a document of agreement for both of you to sign that basically states that you guys will change your attitude towards each other and communicate better in the workplace. So you guys could sign it. All right. Again, thank you both, and enjoy your day.
Thank you.
Thank you.